2 on your side breaking news now.
Today, we are holding Mean Arms responsible for its role in that devastating day.
Good afternoon. We begin with breaking news out of Buffalo. New York Attorney General Letitia James is taking action against a gun manufacturer connected to the 514 mass shooting. Thank you for joining us. First at 4, I'm Lauren Hall. And just 1 hour ago, the Attorney General announced a ban on the gun accessory that the shooter used in the attack. The manufacturer will also now have to pay $1.75 million to the victims' families. This afternoon, we have live team coverage from downtown Buffalo. Channel 2's Nate Benson will have new reaction to this announcement, but we begin with our Claudine Ewing, who is breaking down this new settlement announcement. Claudine.
Well, Lauren, you were right when you said this was huge, and it really is, because the Attorney General basically calls it a global settlement. When you think about it, that's exactly what's happening. When 514 happened, she said that she was going to be going after anybody and everybody that was responsible or in any way connected to what happened on 514 when 10 people were killed. She did just that. She went after Mean Arms, and that was the gun accessory. That was who she was going after. And so they are going to pay $1.75 million. They are also no longer going to, they're permanently, can no longer sell their product, and packaging cannot be sold in the state of New York. Something else we heard today that probably shocked a lot of people, but there's been a settlement with the parents of the shooter as well as with the gun store. They would not disclose the details of the settlement, but the parents will have to it's a monetary settlement with the parents, as well as the gun store that was Vintage Firearms. They are located in Endicott, New York. There was a settlement also with them. Listen more to what the Attorney General had to say about this big settlement announced.
And so no amount of money can ease their pain. But we hope that by holding this manufacturer accountable and banning it from selling this device in New York State, we can offer the people of Buffalo some measure of comfort in knowing that those responsible for such acts of hate and violence will not go unpunished in New York.
Now, this may have happened May 14th of 2022, the year now 2026, but that doesn't mean that the fight is over. Families of the victims were also here. My colleague Nate Benson also in the room. You had a chance to speak with some of those family members, and for them, the fight goes on.
Yeah, absolutely, Claudine. You know, I just spoke to Garnell Whitfield, who lost his mother during 514, and he says this doesn't really close anything. This won't provide any closure for him or his family. It certainly helps in their legal fight, though, and that's the big thing. You know, they're going to continue their legal fight after this racist shooting that happened on 514 almost 4 years ago now. And several family members, including Council Member Zanetta Everhart, her son was struck by gunfire on 514 too. He's an employee at Tops. She spoke just a short time ago just about the impact. You know, this is not over for the families. The families are still dealing with the federal case against the shooter in this incident. So certainly one of those instances, you know, for the families that, you know, this is just another step in a very long chapter book of emotions for all of them. Here's what Councilwoman Everhart had to say a short time ago.
This Friday, the trial court cases, hearings, it continues in this case. This person is still being prosecuted in federal court. The families will be in court. We go to court every time there is a hearing, there's a court case. And so for me today, I can't necessarily celebrate this as a victory because Friday is coming.
Again, I spoke to Garnell Whitfield a short time ago, and he said, again, they're going to use a lot of these resources from this settlement to continue their legal fight. They want to continue to encourage the federal government to make gun law changes. And Attorney General Letitia James also urged the federal government, Congress specifically, to make changes to not only gun laws, but social media laws as well, so that people can get some closure and certainly move forward and make changes necessary so this certainly does not happen again. Claudine, obviously a monumental day here in Buffalo. Just again, another part of this long story.
Absolutely, and we're going to have continuing coverage on Channel 2 when we get back on linear. Coming up at 5:30, we'll have some live interviews for you as well, delving a little bit more into those settlements with the family as well as with the gun store. We'll send it back to you, Lauren.